that we share the issues not only in with ourselves, but what's happening in Honduras, but what's happening across the community, across the diaspora. You know, we're one people, we're one nation, so we have to act as such.
Right, right. You're right. You're right on point. Um, Most recently, also the Inter-American Court of Human Rights, they released a statement or a judgment, I would say, to the Guatemalan government, president, asking them to do put some things in place to assist the situation with the Garinagu in Honduras. They ask that the human rights of the Garinagu in Honduras is respected, the land rights is respected, and other things, the violation of their environment must be respected. The killing of Garinagu must stop. So, but the president haven't done anything to put those things in place. Right? So recently also the poisoning of one of the main food source, which was the lagoon where they go to fish, it was poisoned, and the reason behind that poisoning was to stop them from feeding off the earth. So it was very detrimental to that community when the water got poisoned. Jamal, if you may elaborate a little bit on what's the update with the kidnapping of the 4 gentlemen, a little bit more, just to make sure people understand what really happened there.
Currently, in terms of the kidnapping of the 4 gentlemen, there is currently an investigation taking place. This is what the Honduran government is stating, that there is an investigation taking place to ascertain what took place. However, from Ofani's part is stating that, from statements made by Ofani, is stating that the kidnapping is related to the land displacement, and it's because of these gentlemen's stance within the community they were attacked. But however, a journalist from Honduras mentioned to me that the community itself is at a conflict because some believe that the members of the community are engaged in certain activities. That's why this action took place. But the orphanage part is that the main part is stating that it's a land attack because of the way how the kidnapping took place. I witnessed stating that, and so that certain events took place that would correlate it to certain actions, criminal actions, land related. And however, coming to the ruling and such that the Honduran government has not enforced as it, that has also impacted the situation within our communities because many other investors are entering our communities and want our land because of the value of the Garifuna land. The land is very valuable because it's coastal land, and these investors want this land because it's precious in terms of tourism values and access to other natural resources. So these land being so valuable, these investors sometimes, as the reports are stating, that they go to an extent that many people don't want, that is borderline violent, and that they are taking advantage of our communities in order to get access to the land. So the situation in Honduras is very tenuous, and it's very, very hard to deal with because many people are confused because of they're being bombarded by many elements, and that's the situation in our Garifuna community, that they are being bombarded and attacked, and like what Moses says, we should stand in solidarity with them.
Right. So, but regardless of what the rumors are about the other criminal activities the gentlemen are involved in, it does not permit the authority to kidnap or to have someone disappear without a fair trial, right? There's a justice system in place that they could have used to get to the bottom of whatever criminal activities these gentlemen were involved in. From Ofrene's part, they are not buying that, as far as I can see. Right? They are not buying into that criminal activity story because of the position these gentlemen hold in their community. They are activists. They are fighting for their land, right? And it's been going on for years that that criminal activity came into play whenever they want to arrest someone from within the community. Right? I heard stories about people going to jail for 6 years, 5 years, and then get released without a charge, right? And that shows that it is a tactic that they are using to try to deter the fighters from fighting. So organizations like International Garifuna Council have been writing to embassies stating their displeasure about the situation going on in Honduras and the tactics being used to try to get the people off the land. So the support is needed to help Honduran Garinagu, especially right now. Not just from Ofrene, not just from Garinagu in Belize, not just from IGC, but also other organizations and other groups, wherever they may be or however they may call themselves. The support is needed now. Brother Moses, if you may elaborate a little bit
as well
about the support coming from.
Brother Dean is here.
Okay, welcome in, Dean. Welcome in.
Yeah, Dean made it.
Okay, welcome in, Brother Dean. Yeah.
Good night. Sorry for being late.
Yeah, you're here. Better late than never.
Good night, everyone. In my short-lived introduction, my name is Dean Paulino, a young member of the Wachara project here, program here in Belize City, representing from the south, from Toledo district. From my point of view.
Go ahead.
You mentioned about the poisoning of the water, about the poisoning of the river, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would say that yes, there are a lot of activities, there are a lot of tactics that these people are trying to get our Garifuna people out from the main from the coastline. They also have certain areas where they don't allow our Garifuna men to go and fish.
Yeah.
They have certain areas where they don't allow our Garifuna men to go and fish, to go and provide food for their families from the sea. And with they're being controlling the food for the Garifuna people, they're starving the people, they're forcing them out. And we have a main role to play here from Belize City to assist those people here in Honduras, and because they're our brothers and sisters. So I'm inviting more people to join the live, sharing the video, and be a part of the discussion.
I'd like to make a point.
Go ahead.
I'd like to make a point.
Yeah, coming on to the control of the water, the sea. A ruling was made, I think in 2015, if I'm not mistaken, where the government was to put something in place for the Garinagu people to control of all territory that they are claiming, right? Including the sea, the inland, the terrestrial, wherever they call home, they were supposed to control. But again, it wasn't put in place for them to do so. Jamal, go ahead.
I like to make a point because I believe that, yes, indeed, we have been exploited, manipulated, taken advantage of in terms of the use of our land. And I'm not denying that. But bro, the activities that are taking place have been violent to an extreme extent. And I hope that the listening public realize that we are, our community, our Garifuna brothers and sisters in Honduras are facing a challenge. And it's a very difficult challenge, and it has been happening for years. And there are many different players. They have the investors. Many people say they have the members of the state involved. Many people say they have other members of the underworld involved within these activities. And I believe that what we are doing indeed is what needs to be done in order to ensure that the information get out, so that Belize could feel connected to the Garifuna people in Honduras. That's all I wanted to say.
Right, right. Brother Moses, I was getting to you earlier, talking about the support, the different ways we can lend support to our brothers and sisters in Honduras, besides the writing of letters and stuff to the embassies. What more you think we can do to assist, or at least to comfort, while the situation is on?
Yeah. I want to take like a couple seconds to address a couple things that you guys said before I jump into that, because
Okay.
it was a very important point, right? Even alluding to the information or what exactly happened or why, as far as I understand, Honduras or that area was definitely on lockdown at that point. So if you're on lockdown, the only people that can be able to move will be law enforcement or someone with power, right? Especially moving with weapons and with people that don't want to be with you, right? So that's important, right? Even though regardless of whatever it is, because for right now it's allegedly, since they're doing an investigation, that definitely has to be someone with power being able to make those moves. Next, in terms of what we can do as a people, right? Definitely start off with educating ourselves about what's happening, educating ourselves about these organizations that we're all involved with, that are empowering the people, because that's what they're really doing, empowering the people and building our nation. Educating ourselves about our own culture, right? Our spirituality. A lot of people stray from being Garifuna because they don't understand their own culture. They don't understand their own systems. You know, people fear what they don't understand. People fear what they don't know. If you think the spider's gonna bite you and you're gonna die, you're not gonna, you're gonna run when you see the spider. It goes with everything. Next, be sociable, right? And share, right? Nothing's hard to write a couple of comments, share a post now and again, right? You don't have to be a diehard activist, but you could share. I remember when France, I think it was Paris, was under attack, although it's a tragic moment. I saw a lot of people from the diaspora, especially from our community, that had their France flags up, right? How many couple 100,000 miles are we from France, right? Honduras is right around the corner. You can easily share a post or two, right? And get involved with the community. We're one people, we're one nation. Also, something else that personally I feel that would be very important is the importance of speaking the mother tongue, importance of learning and speaking the Garifuna language, not only for our culture. We didn't have books, right? It was more oral.